Hey man, thank you guys for watching the content, watching all of the interviews. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also leave a comment, man. Vibing with Veto. Just take 1 second out your day and leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Let's get back to the interview. Okay, we live in the crib, Vibing with Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Veto. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan, we vibrating higher. And today I got a special guest in the building. Introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Malaysia Giselle. Artist
Make
name
sure.
Giselle.
Yeah, for sure. You good?
I'm good. Okay.
You good. No, I was making sure that you hold the mic.
Hold the mic close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start it over. Let's start it over.
Okay.
You good. All right, 1, 2. Okay, we live in the crib, Vibing with Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibing with Veto. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan, we vibrating higher. And today I got a special guest in the building. Introduce yourself to the people.
It's your girl Giselle. What's up?
For sure. How you doing?
I'm doing
good. You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Where you from?
I'm originally from Chicago,
Okay.
but I'm Atlanta too, so.
Okay, because I don't hear an accent, but I hear an accent. So I was
Yeah.
trying to, so that's like Midwest, the Midwest vibe and stuff like
Midwest.
that. When did you move down here?
I moved down here early 2016.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've been here for a while.
I've been here for a while, but
Okay.
I still go back and forth.
Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. What brought you down here and stuff like
Well,
that?
originally, my sister and my brother and all us decided to just make a big leap of faith and just come to Atlanta. You know,
Right.
around that time where it's
Facts.
like, let's just try something different.
Facts. So like Chicago is kind of like known for like, you know, the drill scene and stuff like that.
Drill, house music.
Facts. Let's spread some good light on Chicago. What are some things that the people may not know about Chicago that you find unique about Chicago?
Well, I feel like Chicago ain't as much as people make it seem like it's dangerous.
Really?
No, it's not dangerous at all. I feel like it's all about where you go and where you at. You know what I mean? I came from the hood, but I still know places to go where I feel safe and I can have a good time. And I ain't got to worry about people doing no weird stuff to me. You know what I mean?
Facts. Nah,
there's
that's
places
dope.
you can go and you just have a great time.
Right. When you say a leap of faith, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people can't really fathom like to take those big jumps. How scary was that for you? You know what I'm saying? To take a leap of faith on what you believe in and saying, you know what, I'm gonna move to a whole another different state.
Well, for me, I feel like sometimes you have to branch yourself away and try something different in order to grow as a person. I'm all about growing as an individual, and I don't want to stay still in one spot.
Facts.
I feel like I came from Chicago, but it's more than Chicago.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, I done been to several other states other than Chicago that I done stayed in there for a period of time, and I moved, and I felt like when you move around and you get to meet new people, you know, you
Right.
see life differently. So I feel like me taking a leap of faith is just like something normal for me because I like taking a risk.
For sure. I got $1 million question for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anybody that sits on this couch, I always ask them this question. So now I have the honor to ask you, how big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?
I'm going to always dream. I'm still dreaming.
For sure.
Yeah, like ain't no dream too small or too big to accomplish.
Right.
I feel like everything I manifested and dreamed of is happening for me throughout my life. No matter what time or what age, it still come. You just got to be patient.
Yeah, facts. Absolutely. So you started off as a celebrity hairstylist, right?
Yeah.
Before you transitioned into the music. How did that experience shape your artistry and the approach that you have to the music industry?
Well, I would feel like doing hair is different from the industry, but
Facts.
it's still far as like politics wise. Doing hair, people think they can shice you, get a deal. Like I done did celebrities' hair like months in and didn't get a payment until like the end of the month.
What?
Yeah.
So-
but if I
so-
do clients, it's different. I get paid right down the spot.
Right. Do you do like, I didn't mean to cut you off, but do you do like deposits or anything like that too as well?
Around that time, we didn't have deposits. You know what I mean? It's early 2017, 18.
Right.
Nobody wasn't doing deposits. They
Facts.
weren't even doing the hairstyles I was doing at that time.
Facts.
So it was
facts.
like, it was a different game.
Facts. So celebrity hairstylists, right? Who are some of the people that you've done hair for and stuff like that too as well?
I did Kiki Wyatt,
Dope.
Nivea, Nene Leakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I done did a few people hair. The list is more, but it's just like, I don't want to name everybody.
No.
But
Just
some people I done fell out with.
Fact. Nah, it's all good. Your most fondest like clients, you know what I'm saying, that you still have a good rapport with.
I wouldn't say my fondest of doing their hair, but I would say someone I work with was Sierra Glam Shop.
That's hard.
We had did a photo shoot for this girl named Rhea Davis, and I actually met Ian Perez. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but they was all up and coming. content creators way before any content.
Everything was cool and stuff like that. Oh, that's hard.
Atlanta was that thing back in the day.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's different now, but
right.
Yeah.
Were you doing hair in Chicago too?
Oh, of course.
Okay, cool,
yeah,
cool.
I started in Chicago.
And that's okay, and that's why you said, you know what, let's move to Atlanta because it's a bigger market.
Bigger market. I can bring something that they don't have because in Chicago we have a certain kind of way we do hair.
Okay.
And
explain to the people because they may not know.
In Chicago, we have a different kind of way we do hair. We use Marcel's. Atlanta hairstylists don't know how to use Marcel's.
Okay.
Marcel's is like using like hot comb, stove, curlers, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's a tool that you got to be able to use with your hands and to get a good silk filling. You know what I mean? Like you'll know the difference when you see somebody with a good silk press.
Okay.
That's how you know they use Marcel's.
for sure. You were like inspired, you know, by music growing up and stuff like that. How has like the music that you were influenced by shaped your artistry too as well?
That's a good question. Well, I would say growing up, I was listening to a lot of Missy Elliott, Aaliyah.
You kind of give me Missy vibes.
Yeah, they gave me a lot of things to dream about, what I wanted my video to be like, dancing, choreography, stuff like that. But then Nicki came along, and Nicki really like put that bug in my back, like, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't give up, you know what I mean? No matter what it is, just believe, and if you keep believing, it'll happen for you.
Yeah, dope. So would you say that Nicki's kind of like your biggest influence right now?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
That's dope. I got a saying that I always say, a quote that I always say, purpose over popularity. Okay. When I say that to you, how can you put that in your own words?
Well, purpose is something that you really want to do. You committed to it. It takes hard work, dedication. Those times when you be by yourself, you ain't got nobody supporting you. They say they support you, but they don't support you in public. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's putting in that hard work. Like,
facts.
I had plenty down times where I had to put in just hard work and do things on my own.
Right.
Like when I first started doing the music, I used to buy my own beats from people, and
that's the way
hustle,
the way you do it, though.
No, like working with producers now, like I do now. Like but back in the day, they didn't want to work with me because who I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
So I had to really find ways to maneuver and get the beats and make sure that they was clear enough for me to even put on the platform. Because I done had times when people try to take records back after they figure out who I was.
Why would you say that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird out here though.
Nah. What would you like? Can you explain like why? Why you think that that's?
It's because I'm trans. You know, and here in Atlanta it's different.
Right.
But when I was in Chicago and it was working with people didn't want to work with people that was not the normal for them. Right. You know, it wasn't in the forefront like it is now. See,
I feel like people just need to be more comfortable with their own sexuality, because it's like, bro, that shouldn't be a reason why you can't work with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if a person's white, black, whatever they choose to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like deem like relationships based off of how that person treats me or the interaction goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on energy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care what you do and you know who you are, as long as we can get along and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody should be open in terms of working with everybody, all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Launching an independent record label, you had like, you know, did you have features and stuff like that?
Yeah, I had features.
Okay. What motivated you to take that leap, and what was your vision for like your label?
All right, so before I was even an artist, I was starting a label. I really felt like I knew what it can take to be like in the industry far as an artist.
Facts.
And I felt like, you know, I had the rapping, I know how to make songs and things like that, but I really wanted to push other people who I knew around me that was really talented, and they didn't believe that I could do it for them. Like, I had the contacts, they just didn't believe. So I had got to a point in myself where I was like, well, let me show them that it can be done, and let me be an example. And once I did that, it's like I went with it because I already knew I liked the music, but I didn't think I would take it serious.
Yeah, facts.
After that, because once you get in there, it's like, oh, okay, now you got to really put in gear time and show them like you're not playing, and it's like reinventing yourself every time, because it's like you really got to be into what you're doing to be able to get it done. Because just rapping and finding beats, it's itself. But when you writing it, and then
so you was writing people's songs too as well. So you were doing, so you were basically collaborating with them and also pushing the record too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And people
now
that
I can understand why you say it's a lot.
Like when I work with other artists, I couldn't, like, I had to go in the room. I couldn't be myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, because I had to go in there with the input of like, I'm just normal like everybody else. But as I got mature and I decided like, this me, you got to accept me for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
Then I had to let people know, and it kind of burnt some relationships, but I felt like it made me stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Because it seems like you've been through like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like with the music and kind of like also, and I don't like to say this word, but like being accepted. Is that a good word to say? Or like,
I wouldn't say accepted. It was more so letting me in the door.
Yeah, wanting to be a part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So like going through that, you said it made you stronger, but how did you prioritize like your mental health through this whole thing too as well? Because a lot of people would quit when things like adversity like hits and stuff like that from different angles and from different, you know what I'm saying? That shit hurts. Sometimes it can knock you down. How did you keep yourself up and, you know what I'm saying, keep pushing?
Well, for me, I'm the type of person, I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
So no matter what I go through, you know, I take that time for myself, but it make me go harder even more. Like, I feel like I can't stop. If I stop, I'm losing out. I'm missing out. I got to constantly keep working. I don't like to stay into a period where I'm like down or I'm sad about something. Like, I'm constantly going through things, but that doesn't hold me back from what my true potential is supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Things happen every day. You just got to learn how to deal with it and cope.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, and sometimes for people that can be hard because, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times like black and brown people, we kind of look at like I don't know if you ever been to therapy, but people look at therapy as like a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And I try to like talk about this on every episode because you never know who is watching that's going through something. So I try to prioritize like putting that out there that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? That if you are going through something, try therapy. You know what I'm saying? Talking to somebody that's like a non-biased party can always be a good ear, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They can help out a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like me going through therapy, it kind of helped me evolve as a person.
Facts.
To be able to deal with things. Because I used to be in my feelings about a lot of things.
Facts.
But now I know how to deal with it and I know how to move accordingly and just know business is business.
Business is business, for sure. Your debut EP, 1222 made a strong impression. What was the creative process like for creating that album, and how did you set the stage for like future projects?
It's crazy because my first album was really like an EP.
Yeah. And
I was working with people, but then I had songs taken away from me. So I really recorded that whole album on my laptop.
Damn.
Like, for real.
You had to go
like,
get a mic and all.
Like I bought the whole studio because I was at a point where I was like, okay, I go to the studio, I get an engineer, but he don't understand what I'm trying to say. Or the effects or, you know, so I'm like, I got to figure this out on my own. So I started studying. I took a class, learned how to use Pro Tools. Start recording myself. I'm like, okay, we got to do what we got to do. And most of those songs in the early records that I did, they was all me recording in the studio by myself.
Damn, really? Damn, that's hard. That's hard. What would you say your favorite song off of that project would be? My
favorite song off that project, it was my single. And it didn't do good, but it was my favorite song. It was Going Down. And it had like a Avant sample in it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so I really liked that song, but it didn't stick. But you know what I'm saying?
But you never know who heard it, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as it's my favorite, it don't really matter who else like it or not.
For sure. After a near-death experience, after a near-death experience, you returned with I'm That Bitch. How did that life-changing moment influence the anthem and the tune of the EP, like the tone of the EP?
All right, so
and can we talk about that situation?
Yeah, I was finna say like, okay, I was kind of nervous, but I said I was gonna talk about it. 6 months ago, I had found out I had a hole in my intestine from eating something. They couldn't figure out what it was.
A hole in your intestine?
A hole in my intestine. I had to get a surgery right down the spot, and I had to have a colostomy bag for 6 months. When I tell you that's the worst thing I thought I ever went through, like I feel like I was at the peak of my career. Like people was opening doors and respecting me, you know what I mean? And for me to have that downtime, I'm like, how am I gonna release this album? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I ain't never had this happen to me, you know? I'm like, okay, I gotta wait 6 more months to get the surgery reversible. Then they say basically like, oh, if you get a reverse, you can get, you know, some problems and you might have to come back and they have to reopen it. fortunately, I had got the surgery. It did good, and I reversed, and I ended up coming out with the album. And when I say I'm that bitch, I'm not just saying like I'm that bitch. I'm saying I'm that bitch in every facet of the word, because I feel as if like I done went through so many things that was traumatic for me, and I still come and be at the top of everything that I do. So that's why I say I'm that bitch.
Facts.
Because it's like nobody would be able to go through the things that I went through and still be standing here and
for sure.
Still doing it.
For sure. Damn, a hole in your intestine though?
A hole in my intestine.
So they never found out what it was from or like anything?
Nothing.
So what was the doctor saying? Like,
I went to the doctor actually way before they even said I had a hole in my intestine. I went to the emergency room because I was having cramps, and I'm like, what the hell going on? You know what I mean? Get to the hospital. They just told me like, we got to do emergency surgery.
This was the first time you went?
First time I went. Asked them what it was from. He said they could have been eating from red meat, or it could be from like eating something like peanuts or something that kind of poked a hole, and in time it kind of got bigger. You know what I mean? But they couldn't tell me exactly what it is. So now I really don't eat meat.
Yeah, facts.
Because I'm just my mind is like I can't, go back. But I'm just happy to still be here. Like,
absolutely.
Like to go through that whole process every day, like. That was traumatic for me. Like that, I think that was the worst thing I ever went through. And then at that time, that's really when you really find out who really rock with you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because people don't show up for you when you're down and out. They show up when they see something good
when
on the internet.
Something going on. You know what I'm saying? How did you link up with my homegirl, Cass Stacks?
Well, I'm a persistent person, and I liked her sound. Like I was like, she give me very much Atlanta.
She hard.
You know what I mean? And I was vibing with her, so I sent her a DM, and she was pretty cool. We met actually way before that. It was at an event. What's that? Can't think of it right now, but it was at an event.
Meet the Underdogs? Was it that?
Meet the Underdogs.
Shout out to my boy, man. For sure.
Met her there. Gave her one of my cards because I still do hair. And I ended up messaging her, and I was like, oh, I need you to be on this track. I sent my song, and she liked it. And she sent it back. It was no problem. And the rest is history. We've been friends ever since.
Damn, that's hard. That's hard. That's crazy.
Make sure y'all go check out my girl album.
Yeah, her album is crazy for sure.
For real.
Let's talk about your upcoming single though, The Standard.
That's actually released now.
It's released?
Yeah, that and Amber 2 Shots.
Okay, cool. So The Standard is already released. What message do you want the listeners to take away from that track?
Well, The Standard was really letting people know, like, I'm the standard. These bitches the typo. Like, everything I done has been already written. You know what I mean? And I just want people to respect me for who I am. And I really was coming, just talking my shit, letting people know, like, I'm that bitch. Like, that was the opening for the deluxe version of my album. It's like, yeah, I'm the standard.
For sure.
Y'all bitches can't do what the fuck I did.
How the hook go? Go ahead and rap
I'm the standard. You bitches is the typo. Money so fat, yeah, it's out of sight, though. Bitches mad because they nigga was the type, though. I'm the headliner, bitch. Welcome to my show.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, for sure. And you said you had another song too as well.
Yeah, Amber 2 Shots.
Okay, Amber 2 Shots. So what, okay, let's talk about that.
So Amber 2 Shots, it came along because like in this process of me like getting back my health, and I was going like, my friends didn't show up for me. You know what I mean? And I ended up beefing with somebody. That was my friend. They ended up messing around with a dude that I was talking to, even though they knew what it was, but we ain't gonna go there. Amber hit me up. She was like, oh, come on, let's go drink. So I went out with Amber, and the song came to me the hook came right then and there. It was like, me and Amber getting loose off the goose or whatever. I don't remember.
It's all good.
But yeah, like, and I ended up just really talking my shit on there, like really just letting them know. And we shot the video at a liquor store, and it's released now. So check that out.
Yeah, check that out too. Damn, that shit crazy. Okay, cool, man. It seems like you got a body of work that you've been putting out. You know what I'm saying? I'm working.
My deluxe version of I'm That Bitch is coming out in January. So those was the two singles that I released.
For sure.
I did like a visual for Amber 2 Shots. That's the lead single, and the other one was just for something. You know why they wait. You know what I mean? But yeah, we putting 5 more songs on the EP.
For sure.
And making it a whole album.
That's hard.
Look forward for that in January.
Let me ask you this: with the close of 2024, because I'm expecting to drop this too before 2024 ends. What do you want to bring? How do you want to bring in the new year, and what do you want? Like, what's your goal for 2025?
My goal for 2025 is always to be better than I was the year before. I don't make resolutions no more. I just do. I write things down, what I want to do and what I want to accomplish, and I make sure I get that accomplished. Like everything I did with this album, it was written in 2023. And I accomplished everything that I said I was going to accomplish. I feel like if you say you're going to do it, you got to write that shit down. Let people know, like, this is what you want to accomplish, and you do it.
Facts.
No matter what the circumstance is, you know, it might take a long time, but you got to do what you got to do.
Facts. Nah, I fuck with that for sure. You've been vocal about like your identity as a proud LGBTQ artist. How do you hope to inspire others within that community through the music and your platform?
I feel like me being an artist is to inspire my community. We don't have too many artists that's like me. You know, I don't see people like me that I can relate to that's going through the struggles that I went through. You know what I mean? We have Saucy Santana, we got Lil Nas X. They have their own journey, but I feel like we don't have somebody like me. And I just want to inspire other people that don't give up on your dream. You could do whatever you put your mind to.
Do you feel like, and this is me just asking, do you feel like the community, do you think y'all get like a bad rap or like a good, like how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying like, because again, my question was that you're proud of who you are and stuff like that. How would you want the people to, you know, to gravitate to you as a person and the music, you know what I'm saying, too, as well?
Well, I would want them to gravitate towards me because I'm a real person. I'm down to earth.
Fact, you seem like,
and everything that I rap about, I am doing. You know what I mean? Like, I try to live out my truth. And that's why I want people that do follow me, live out in your truth and be yourself. No matter what your journey is, you know what I mean? Stand true to who you are.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And as far as my community, I feel like we're segregated. We do support one another.
I was going to ask that. Like,
yeah,
do you
it's
feel
very
like
segregated. And it's the way I want to say it is, it's a thing with, you know, like us dealing with our people being black and white. But when you been in the community, it's a difference between if you know, a top, bottom, versatile, whatever. It's a difference in that part in the community, and people don't want to support. It's all about an image or what you got or what you're doing. But when people really living in their truth, you can see past through that. You know what I mean? But people support who they want to support.
Yeah. So in terms of that, like we do have like Saucy Santana, and different artists. Cliff Vermeer too as well. She's a hairstyle.
Shout out to Cliff.
I interviewed her too.
Yeah,
as well.
I love Cliff.
Like, do you feel like you guys can collab more, or like what will be the ultimate goal, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, the community to actually be, you know, like, you know, on top, you know what I'm saying?
I just feel like if we support one another and we build each other up, the ones that we already have, and that could make a door for other people to come in and see the support. I feel like right now everybody don't want to uplift everyone, so that's why they don't push them to the forefront. But I feel like if we come together as a community and not be individually on how you feel and support one another, we'll be bigger than what we are. Like the girls doing their thing right now, but we got some people who actually that's gay that's doing their thing. You know what I mean? So like, let's push them to the forefront. Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, why it always got to be about your sexuality?
Absolutely. With the world on your shoulder, with the weight of the world on your shoulders, success at the palm of your hands, how do you respond when adversity knocks at your door?
I stand strong throughout anything. It don't matter what I'm going through. I'm going to always remain humble, and I'm going to stay true to who I am. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And, you know, I just keep pushing forward. I don't feel like I got to hold on to anything. Nothing can hold me back. Like, I'm just going to continue to be me.
For sure. This segment of the show is Vibing with Veto shout outs. So shout out everybody that's been supporting you, anybody that you want to shout out, anybody that's been with you from the beginning, that's still with you now, fans, whatever. Vibing with Veto shout outs. Let's go.
Well, I want to shout out to the people that support me, far as my fans, my girl Cash Stacks. Salute. I definitely want to shout out to my girl Amber. Thank you for being in my video. And just shout out to anybody that support me. You know what I mean? I don't want to put names on everybody to say.
Shit, you can.
No, for real, because people will support you, but then they turn around and try to play in your face. You know what I mean? Like, it's always a fight, like, with somebody. Like, I feel like we can't find genuine people no more.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm a great person, but I deal with people that don't be great people, and they dealing with spirits. So I have to eliminate myself from them. So I just feel like, to those who do support me, support me in the public. Don't support me behind closed doors.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Hey, thank you for coming to Vibe with Veto.
Appreciate it.
I fuck with the Kanye West boots.
Yeah, you know I had to wear my Yeezy.
The
for
Yeezys. I don't know why I said
Chicago.
Kanye West, but Yeezy boots. Them, I always wanted them shits, but they always sold. It was sold out
I
and
gotta
shit.
support my boy Kanye.
Then I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't buying them off StockX, man. They be too high. They be too high. They be too high.
They too high.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Malaysia Giselle. You can find me on YouTube, Malaysia Giselle, TikTok, Malaysia Giselle 87, and you can also find me on Twitch. I got a new podcast coming on Twitch, so y'all can catch me, and that's gonna be Malaysia Giselle.
That's hard.
I'm nervous about it, but we gonna get lit.
It ain't no nervous about it.
No,
Just
I'm nervous about it because it's like that streaming 24-hour type.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I want to lead up to something like that, and I'm kind of nervous to let people see my life in 24 hours.
Yeah, facts,
you know what I mean? Because it's like the camera got to follow you everywhere you go.
Man, Twitch for 24 hours. I might start streaming my interviews too.
For real, that'd be dope.
I might start doing that. But thank you for coming to Vibe with me. Again, 2025 is gonna be great. Thank you for coming to end the show. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you and one other person are my last interviews for today for 2024.
Man, respect.
So I appreciate y'all, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. It's been another episode of Vibing with Veto. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher. Let's take 2025 by storm. Let's do it.